is unquestionably the most prestigious event on the Australian bowls calendar. It is the Australian Open. Their opponents are absolutely world class. It's all about to go down at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. Absolutely locked in. Didn't miss by much.
It's a very good shot there from Aaron Wilson.
Puts one straight back on the jack. It's good enough to count. It's the shot. She showed unbelievable fight. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Congratulations to both those boys.
One of Australia's greats adds another major title to his resume.
Beautiful Queensland is the home of the Australian Open. Sun, surf and sand. Where else would you rather be this time of the year as winter sets in elsewhere around the country? It is wonderful all year long here. 24 degrees today. It is at the Broadbeach Bowls Club, and so lucky to bring this one to you. Great to have your company all around the country as we have the final day of the Australian Open. It is the women's pairs and the men's singles coming up very shortly. My name is Liam Ellison, joined alongside me, world number 4, Lindsay Clark, former Jackaroo. Linz, welcome.
Thanks, Liam. Great to be here again. Where else would you rather be? The sun's out, the bowls is going to be fantastic, the crowd's packed in, and the energy's high.
It really is very high. We've got 2 massive games as well coming up today, starting off with the women's pairs.
Yeah, look, both these teams are in exceptional form at the moment. Lucky enough to play against Kristina the other day, and they were exceptional. Tayla Bruce and Jessie Cottell, really good combination. Australia-New Zealand mix is going to be an exciting final.
And 2 big finals yesterday as well that we had. It was, of course, the men's pairs and the women's singles. And here is our schedule for today, Linz.
Yeah, look, the women's pairs final, it's where you want to be at the pointy end of the match. You know, the last day of the Australian Open, it's going to be fantastic. And finishing off with a bang, Aaron Sheriff. It's pretty much the Aaron Sheriff rink, this one. So Cohen Litfin with some work to do, but he'll definitely be up for this match.
Really looking forward to that one as well. And let's have a look at this. Beautiful Gold Coast. Sun is out and shining. It's going to get to 24 today and really prime conditions, Linz.
Yeah, look, you couldn't ask for anything else. You know, the green here at Broadbeach is fantastic. Sometimes the weather can play a little bit of a havoc with you, but today there's no exception. So beautiful day for a game of bowls.
And Barry Lester has the 4 bowlers with him now at the other end of the rink. Barry Lester.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'll start with Alan Fife. Alan, it's no big secret you are pregnant. We saw Lara Butler walk away with a win, being also pregnant yesterday. You think that's the winning formula?
Oh, hopefully it's the year of the pregnant ladies. So, yeah, fingers crossed.
And you and Chrissy have had much success in the past. Now, Chrissy, you both played in the Birmingham Commonwealth Games 2 years ago. You walked away with gold in the pairs. Do you reflect on that before a big game or a big tournament like this to grab some positives out of that?
Yeah, definitely. I guess we try and not put too much pressure on ourselves, number one, and I guess just take it a positive that we know each other so well, we know each other's games, we know how to rev each other up and give each other confidence. So, yeah, I think that's what we got to take with us today.
And what about the flash new colour, the peach or the salmon? You loving that, Els?
Yeah, love the peach. KK loves orange, so happy days.
Well, being a Western Australian, of course you do. Well, good luck, ladies. And Tayla Bruce, world champion here last year on the Gold Coast, up the road at Helensvale. You're a world champion in singles. What would it mean to you to come away with a win with a good friend in Jessie in the pairs?
Oh, it would be amazing, but to be honest, it's just a great experience anyway to come all the way over here and play with someone I have really only just met and we've just clicked straight away. So I've just loved being here. Can't go wrong on the sunny Gold Coast. So, yeah, see what happens.
Do you sense it's sort of like a second home now that you've had a bit of success here? Trying to make a few more moves out to Australia, playing more events. You're trying to make this like a second home for yourself?
I mean, it is awesome that there's so many amazing bowls competitions over here, and I love coming over here and playing. So, I mean, home will always be New Zealand. So it's nice to just come away and take what we can.
And Jess, your last few years, you've just rocketed onto the scene. Since leaving Queensland, you've gone down to New South Wales, had a lot of success down there. What's the move been like, and what would it mean to you to play with Tayla and try and get away with a win today?
Yeah, the move's been great. I've actually really loved New South Wales, playing and everything down there. The competition's amazing, and Cabramatta has been nothing but supportive. Playing with world singles champion, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So I'm just really grateful to be here with Tayla, and hopefully we can do really well today.
And there's a bit of a backstory there, something about family or someone knows each other. How did that come about?
Yeah, so we actually didn't really know each other, and so my mum actually said, oh, why don't you message Tayla and see if, you can get a pairs game in the Australian Open, because she knew Tayla's dad. So and here we are today, so yeah.
Well, look out for the ladies in blue. All the best, ladies. Have a great final, and looking forward to this match today.
Thank you, Barry. Great to hear that insight for Jessie and Tayla about how they got together to register for the Australian Open. Clive and Linz, firstly, welcome to commentary.
Yeah, it's always nice to know how these teams come together, isn't it? Because sometimes you try and figure it out. How did that combination come together? But I think more importantly, we need to get Barry one of those peach-coloured shirts. So I think, yeah, I think that needs to happen.
He's a bit in love with the peach/salmon, but if anyone can pull it off, Baz can. But yeah, just excited to be here for this one. It's going to be a cracking grand final. Definitely two of the best pairs teams in this competition with the most perfect conditions. So can't wait for this one.
And Clive Adams, really, you are absolutely all over everything that's happened across the last 2 weeks of the Australian Open. Walk us through the road to the final for these two.
Well, firstly, it appears that the road to the finals go through Lindsay Clark.
Apparently, yeah. That's anyone who's won a title this year in the ladies has been a meet. So
As we see Ellen and Kristina, well, they did a bit of a number on you and Kels, didn't they, in the quarter-final? But they continued that form in the semi-final with another fantastic pair of Chloe Stewart and Caitlin Inch, a 21-14 victory there. And of course, Tayla Bruce and Jessie Cottell, well, they stopped Lara Butler's run in the pairs, and also took out some of the previous champions in Genevieve Delves and Natasha Van Heldik. So some impressive form for both of these teams coming into this one.
There certainly is, and of course this is a happy hunting ground on the Gold Coast for Tayla Bruce, who in 2023 won the World Singles. It was in Helensvale, albeit, but that would bring some confidence in, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a super quick green as well at Helensvale Linz for that one, so the quick surface here is not going to concern Tayla at all.
yeah, look, and New Zealand greens are really good as well. They run very similar to this kind of pace. A little bit of a different grass over there, but yeah, she'll be right at home.
As we get to Chrissy there with that wonderful gold medal performance at the Commonwealth Games.
Never forget it, will we?
It's a moment of where were you when
Yep.
when Ellen screamed Chrissy as she had that bowl in the extra end, and there it is. Well, not only one gold medal, but 2 gold medals for Ellen.
Yeah,
Fife.
we kind of gloss over the fact that she won the Commonwealth Games gold medal singles because that pairs match was so epic. But she was actually the first Australian to win a Commonwealth Games gold medal in the Northern Hemisphere by breaking our drought over there in the first week of the Commonwealth Games. Interestingly, they've swapped their combination over, and Ellen's leading this time around in the Australian Open, which they have done a fair bit in the Australian Open event. And then, yeah, Birmingham, they swapped it around, and Elsie skipped and did the damage.
Jessie Cottell, of course, a superstar on the rise, no doubt about that, and just a wonderful representative, and had a good Nationals 2023 as well.
Yeah, she did. Look, she was a former Queenslander. She was part of our crew up here. I've had the pleasure of working with her as well, and she loves the limelight. She's such a steady, consistent player, can draw a really good shot. She's in a great space at the moment, really looked after down there at Cabramatta, which then goes on to help you, just go out there and do your stuff.
And of course, there's that World Bowls Championship singles gold medal for Tayla Bruce, winner over Kelly McCarahan in the final, and it was an entertaining final, that's for sure.
And for those at home as well, just how much does it help when you know your teammates so well as Ellen and Kristina do?
Yeah, look, it definitely goes a long way. I think you always know that they're going to back you regardless of what happens on the green. You're not kind of second-guessing what they're thinking. You just know. They do play 2 very different kind of games. Chrissy's a little bit more conservative. Elle's sort of throws caution to the wind a little bit more, but I think that's why they work so well together, and yeah, they'll be up to try and win this one. I think Chrissy is yet to taste Australian Open victory. I think she's made 3 or 4 finals and always got the silver, so this could be the year for the girls in peach.
Yes, it's. I guess that boils down to that trust that's just inherent in Ellen and Kristina, because they've played so much bowls together. That it's not only that they play so much bowls together, they're inseparable off the green as well.
Here's our green conditions, 22 degrees, just a slight breeze and 18 seconds, Clive, end to end.
Yes, I mean, 5, yeah, I mean, the breeze isn't going to affect things too much, but that green speed, 18 seconds, it means you want to be on your game early, because it is, well, look at that, there's our champion from yesterday, Lara Butler. She'll be along supporting, I'm no doubt supporting Chrissy, a fellow West Australian, and I'm sure it was a big night of celebration for Lara, but no, look, the 18-second green just means you've got to find that touch nice and early.
Yeah, it does. I think, and all 4 players are good touch players. It's quite a skill to play draw shots on an 18-second green. As we saw yesterday, we might see a little bit of a draw or drive kind of game, as opposed to playing those grafting yard or 2 over shots, which are quite tricky on an 18-second surface.
Looks like roll-ups are complete, and we are going to get into this one. So 18 ends, 3-bowl pairs. Very much a lead skipper game, this one, Kels. There are different ways of playing pairs, and the 3-bowl pairs is very much those defined roles, isn't it? Whereas the 2-and-walk style game sometimes suits 2 back-end players perhaps more, but very, very suited to a definite lead and a definite skipper.
Yeah, look, and it's quite a good talking point because, people kind of think it's a skips game. You give a really good skip 3 goes at something, they're probably going to get it. But I really believe that if your lead can set you up, it's very much a lead. A lead can dominate this match. So Kelsey and I played Ellen and Chrissy right here on this rink in this final in 2021, I think. And it was a battle of me and Ellen up front who could get there first and kind of put that pressure on. And if your skips are good enough, they can do it. But it's definitely not just a skipper's game. As we see the first bowl underway with Tayla Bruce on this commentary side of the rink.
And the women's pairs final is underway. Here's Ellen Fife on the mat. Got a longer length here, Clive, to start things off.
Yeah, certainly, and that'll be something that the team in blue discussed, Tayla and Jessie, because once they found out
Come on, Els.
they were going to be playing first, how they would start. What a start from Ellen.
Brilliant. Well done.
Yep, no nerves or no stress there from Elsie.
You're a meter on your last.
She's probably thinking how easy it is to lead, considering she skipped the pairs and there's some stressful moments there. She's like, I'll just put some roundabout and Chrissy, you do your bit, please.
It is an interesting talking point, the fact that they choose to play the other way around than perhaps where they were selected. I mean, we do have to remember the Commonwealth Games is selected, so they are told which positions they will play.
And it was on those UK greens as well, so different surface completely, like about 11 seconds, I think, so a completely different style of play to what we're going to see here today.
An opportunity for Ellen to back up her good work, given those first 2 bowls just come up a little short for Tayla.
All over the jack on the first draw. How does this
far away again
land for Ellen?
Well done. Really good.
Finds a handy home.
Get to that one.
Should add that Tayla, coming from New Zealand, quick greens is not an issue.
Yep, we've both played in New Zealand, Clive, and they fly over there. And when it rains, it gets quicker, which really does your head in as an Australian, because that's the complete opposite over here. But yeah, we played Tayla on this rink, so she'll feel right at home. Just wants to set something up nicely here for Jessie. Give herself a chance. Jessie's happy with that. Just a 1 down. Jessie, in her former life, you could say, was a dancer, so came through very much used to the big stage and the lights and the showcase. And we saw that when she played BPL, came in for a couple of days when Krstic was went home sick and did so well. Because I think she just loves the limelight and plays so well under pressure and knows how to put on a good performance.
I think they made it all the way to the final that year, didn't they? Lost in the final.
Yeah, you got a better memory than me, Clive, so that could be very well on point.
Yes, so certainly knows how to handle the big moment, and at late notice too.
She had a bit of warning on this one, so
yes.
I'm sure we'll see some great draw shots from Jessie.
I was interested whether she might look up on the backhand with all of Tayla's bowls coming through, but she's going to go to the forehand side.
Yeah, look, I think a forehand to start with. If she can be even just past the jack, Ellen has got shot and 2 slightly past, which gives Chrissy an option to trail the jack for 4, so she'll be looking to give it a little chance.
That's exactly what she's done. Just going to trickle past. Didn't land, but stays up at the back of the rink.
Yeah, that's a good first one, I think. You can always work back from that. So the last thing she'd want to do in this end is drop another short one when she's got 3 bowls short of jack already.
Kristina Krstic off the mat.
She just needs this to run now. Just going to come up slightly short of it with those front bowls.
You're only a metre and a half over. Very well pointed.
Originally from Queensland, Jessie Cottell now had to move down to New South Wales and doing great guns there at the moment.
Yeah, partner Carl Healy. We saw him on camera just earlier winning the Australian Open fours last night and looking like he's rinkside as potentially the coach of the girls here today. So he does a fair bit of coaching, club coach at Cabramatta. Jessie's had some great singles form down there, and he's been alongside her in most of those matches as well. So very supportive and a bowls mad kind of family, which is nice. Unless you want to not talk bowls when you get home. So.
Kristina Krstic, 160 Australian Jackaroos caps. They're up 1 this duo at the moment.
Hurry up. Bit more.
Yeah, it's great.
Find the gap.
Great to see that, the Commonwealth Games, the success over there with Chrissy. It's really taken her game to another level. She just seems to now believe, like, everyone else believed in her, but potentially didn't have that self-belief as strong. And now just seeing her believe in herself so much, back herself, and just, playing to another level. It's just so good to see. She was in the system with Bowls Australia for so long, and it's almost just like opened the floodgates for her.
Having seen her in WA over the years, that's spot on. There was the talent was there, the belief perhaps wasn't. Not quite.
Yeah.
Now that belief is rock solid.
Yeah, it's great to see.
You can hear it in the way she speaks, even. So that's just the maturity of a person as we get more experience, and So yeah, absolutely, it's been fantastic to watch, I have to say. You look at the quality we've got in this match. We've got a world champion, we've got Commonwealth Games gold medalist, Jessie's Australian Champion of Champions winner from the Nationals last year as well. They're not afraid of the big stage, all 4 of these players. Jessie find a way in here. Okay, apparently not.
Just hanging a bit high with a little bit overplaying it.
I don't want to move the jacket.
Chrissy just saying she's going to swap hand, or no, stay on this backhand side, doesn't want to move the jack.
Yeah, there's some good guides out there for her just to drop inside out there.
Yeah, all she has to do is beat the wing bowl, the white bowl of Jessie Cottell, and she'll be in the count.
Also doesn't hurt just to get a look at both hands as early as you can. I know they get the roll up, but in match conditions, it's always nice to be able to just drop one in on the other side and just have a look.
Yeah, she's found a good line here, all down to her weight.
Hold on.
She's found a little feather past it. She was pretty good if she was just around that anyway. Great opening end from Ellen Ryan. Oh, Ellen Fife now. That's a habit I'm going to have to break. Sorry, Mac. Married last year, end of last year. Got a little mini Mac on the way as well.
Now, how many is this?
4 paddles ready to go.
And that's exactly what it's going to be.
What a first hands. 4 it is. For Kristina and Ellen. Massive start here. Here's this draw from Kristina. Took a touch and landed beautifully. 4-0 in the final. As
Lindsay said, without the touch, it was looking like it was pretty much on target to count anyway. So, yeah, wow. You start an Australian Open pairs final, 4 shots on the first end's about ideal.
$18 ends, of course.
Well, this is interesting.
The play.
Ellen choosing to go forehand round the clock.
Great starter here, Els. Well done. Really good.
Often you'll see the leads play one side of the rink, so they'll go forehand in one direction, backhand in the other. Not the case here. Obviously a feel in the roll-up, you would think.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, when I lead, sometimes you just find your rhythm going, just sticking onto a forehand, especially if you prefer it. Like
well, that can be particularly the case indoors because the conditions don't really come into it. Outdoors, we tend to see players stay on the one side.
Yeah, traditionally, I think they might have watched it. I think they did come and watch a fair bit yesterday, and we saw Lara chop and change between sides and did it really well. So they're probably confident on both sides of the rink.
Come on.
They would have had a good chat with Lara about the rink as well. There's no doubt about that.
Brilliant balls, buddy.
Great shot.
Well done.
Really good to hear Chrissy up and about for Ellen as well. You know, as a skip, it's good to have that support and encouragement. Get your lead there. It makes your job a lot easier.
It also shows confidence.
It does. Owns the rink a little bit.
Comfortable out there.
Yeah.
Tayla Bruce. 2 down and a great start from Ellen. It's all over the jack. It's got a good line.
Good correction. Just going to trickle in past. And nothing wrong with that for a home.
Yeah, I think first set, if you're going to drop a 4, it's probably good to do it on the first end or early in the match, I guess. I always think that, you know, you can kind of work your way back. You drop a 4 towards the tail end, it's making things a bit difficult.
Hold on, as long as you can. Hold.
Is she clearing the front?
Oh, you're
waiting down after it. What a block.
Good shot, sir. No, just the one.
Does that force
So
Tayla to play under that early? There you go.
You get the bowl, you get the jack.
Okay.
Positive shot to play early in the match.
Yeah, good to kind of get an insight into how that both girls or both teams play, a little bit of aggression.
We also know Taylor's got that game.
She does.
Looks to be slightly on the wide side for it. Just on the outside of that bowl. Important this stays up now. And it does.
Good.
Just those missed runners, Linz, when you're playing respot games, those missed runners staying on the back of the rink, thinking about that weight before you play it, really important.
It's such a different mindset to when you play, you know, the dead ends in a traditional bowls match where you just replay the end. Especially in singles, I think when you've got a third bowl to play an attacking kind of shot, you probably need to play weight that your bowl still is in the match or gives yourself a shot with your last bowl, because you don't want to be vulnerable on that tee, having a big drive and there's nothing back there. So definitely a different mentality and something else to think about.
Chrissy on the backhand side and has played this pretty well. If that gets back to the line, that'll be a very handy. Well, it has just stayed out, so it's a good bowl, but that'll make things perhaps look a little bit more inviting up there on that forehand side with a little save there.
Any insight into this one? Was probably not a mile off. It's cleared the front bowl off the line, which gives her a better look at the head.
At that corner out there where you are. Put your foot there.
Chrissy just asking some questions of Ellen.
Yeah.
What might happen if Jessie does happen to get the jack? Where are we vulnerable? Where might we lose more than one shot? So very strategic and tactical players, Ellen and Chrissy.
Kristina drew for 4 in the first end, got them off to a great start.
Almost perfect. The angle's fantastic that she's been able to get to. Sometimes the game of bowls is related to a game of chess in terms of knowing the opposition's moves. The added thing about, you know, chess, you want to move a piece, you just move the piece, you know. Here you've got to have the skill to actually get the piece to where you want it.
That is also true. I actually haven't thought about it like that before, Clive, but that makes complete sense. Yeah. The hardest bit about that is everyone plays this game so differently. So you're out there, you know, trying to cover what you think they might do next. However, you don't actually know what they're going to do next. So some people are more aggressive. Some people play unconventionally. Some people will be conservative when you think they're going to attack. It's just really hard to predict what they're going to play. However, if you know them, the opposition quite well, like I'm sure these girls have watched a lot of each other's games over the years, then it's a little bit easier to play against.
So it's a 2 count for Ellen and Kristina.
Interesting to see if Chrissy's trying to get round to that back bowl here. She only needs to rock that back bowl to potentially bring a couple more into the count or turn her own front bowl. She's played it very well.
Doesn't mind it.
Looking for it to hurry to that bowl. It's tucked away nicely. I think she was trying to just get to the face of that ball and knock it down.
I think so. Second prize is dropping a little bit short and counting anyway. Yeah, it's been good. Ellen's set this up quite well, the first two ends, just to allow Chrissy just to ease on in as a skip, just playing some draw shots, not having to play weight early, which is always handy.
It just feels like they've got the angles covered on this end as well. You know, the angles aren't great for Jessie to attack. They're looking at what happens
Even
to
off
killing.
Off L's. It's hard for me to go out, I think, if you wanted to go further.
Better on the... The thing is, if I go forehand, I can just see the outside of Chrissy's bowl straight through yours.
Well, riding on this shot at such an early stage in this pairs final.
Isn't it great to get such insight?
Yeah, it's
great. Nice discussing.
Great that Jessie's happy to wear the mic, as is Chrissy. We can, really hear what tactically that they want to play. So there is some risk in this shot if she plays a bit of weight and happens to get Chrissy onto their own closest bowl. She could drop potentially 4 shots.
Three down. Jessie come up with some magic.
I feel like when you're 3 down, the risk's worth it.
Lining up for weight.
She's watching it.
She's close. Got the jack and killed it.
Played a great shot. That's exactly what she needed.
And the Tayla Bruce bowl has rolled through as well. The bowl she was worried about removing.
3 down to 2 up.
There you go.
Great drive from Jessie Cottell. All over the tee and the respot. 3 down to 2 up. That is a big twist. 4-2 after 2 ends here on the Gold Coast.
Australian Open victory. She's made that year's match was so epic, but she was actually the first.
'24 Australian Open Women's Pairs Final here on the Gold Coast. It's Ellen Fife and Kristina Krstic up against Tayla Bruce and Jessie Cottell. And moments earlier, Jessie came up with a great draw to go from 2 down to 1 up. Liam Ellison, Clive Adams and Lindsay Clark with you on commentary.
Yes, we saw dominant lead bowls again from Ellen, but Jessie able to turn it back their way. What about Kristina? Not far away at all.
Yeah, she may not have shot, but it's definitely loaded up. Only 1 bowl from the blue team in amongst 3 or 4 of our peachies. A bit peachy, the team Peachy Pies. You see Jessie's delivery, a little bit unconventional with a foot placement and step out and delivery. It's really got the pronounced dancer's foot, slightly to the left of a normal step out, but whatever works for you, I used to say, so.
Absolutely, we've certainly seen that over the years, that different techniques can work. It's about repeatability and it's about correctability.
Yeah, Ellen just saying, just at a yard, the white bowl is popping out completely clean from the head. Second prize is a bit of the jack out to Ellen Fife's wing bowl on the side left.
Kristina not far away at all on her previous trip to the mat.
It's all the way back, is it? Not quite, just on the outside. Another good home.
You see, with a little bit of pace, they just hang off that little bit. We talked about it earlier, that weight is really hard to play on an 18-second green. The bonus is she's now got 2 bowls out to the backside of the rink there. So Jessie desperately probably wanting to touch a bit of this jack here, hide it away or finish just past.
It's not really one that she can afford to just try and play for cover, I don't think.
No, I think the cover bowl, you're 3 down. If she gets popped down, she's probably going to drop a 4. So there's danger in both places, and you can only do one thing with 1 bowl in theory.
All right, well, was Jessie's last bowl of this end. And she's dropped it across the front, so a big opportunity now for Kristina.
Yeah, she could actually play any weight at this. They do have the tee if she wanted to go firmer.
Any weight, any hand.
Better than playing fiddly weight. Going down 3. Yeah, backhand or forehand?
More weight backhand, like, and look more for the kill. Get your bowl through it. Or you play your forehand and get...
I reckon just firm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It won't stop there if I'm firm.
So
Forehand can use more chances, yeah.
a lot of the time the players in this situation will choose their favourite hand. Some players will have a favourite hand, and that sometimes the favourite hand varies, might I add. It just might be that this week the forehand drive's coming out good, so you go with it.
And they definitely have been coming out really well, Clive. I would imagine this won't be too far away from Chrissy. She's got a 3-bowl target to attack here. She's watching it.
Needs to get down.
Oh, she
That may have moved the bowl.
She shimmied along the grass a little bit.
When a bowl rocks on the surface, and there's something for people to keep an eye on when you're playing as well, when a bowl rocks on the surface, it very rarely just stays in exactly the same spot. Generally has a little shift, especially on a really fast surface or on a synthetic surface.
Yeah, you do see it a lot more on the synthetics. It's kind of slides or skids along the carpet. Or
Yeah.
Can't get a good look. Maybe be an umpire's vision. Yep, we're going to see an umpire out.
So I think Tayla indicated that she likes hers.
She likes her own. From that angle, it looks like it, but it is deceptive on the TV, as opposed to live in person.
So can't use a laser for this one. There's not enough room to get the laser equipment in there, so Gary out there with the calipers.
Yeah, it looks like the white, according to that angle.
Firm with the calipers in a moment. It looks to be Tayla, and it is. One more on the board, 4-3 now, the scoreline. Still favouring Kristina and Ellen. But to think with one bowl remaining in the previous end, it looked like we could be headed to a 7-0 scoreline.
Absolutely, and also an opportunity there for Kristina to make some contact there. So the opportunities have probably been there so far for Ellen and Chrissy, but certainly Tayla and Jessie will be comfortable with where they are at the moment, knowing that they've probably still got another little gear to shift up into in the match.
We've taken the previous 2 ends, Tayla and Jessie.
Yeah, I think Tayla and Jessie will be thinking they got away with that one a little bit. You know, they only probably had one really good bowl there out of all 6 of theirs, so be looking to make the most of it with this next end.
Start it here, Tayla. Brilliant start, Tay.
That's
Finds a good
the
track.
gear we're talking about, yes. Great starter from Tayla. All about that implied pressure you can put on your opposition.
Mouse.
You know, it doesn't.
Very close here, buddy. Down to the jack. Down,
It's
down,
just
down.
on the outside of it, gets a
great
little
shot,
piece.
buddy. Well
Great
done.
shot. And the fact that the opposition draws one right next to the jack doesn't make it any more difficult for you to draw one right next to the jack, but it feels like it's a bit more difficult, doesn't it, Vince?
Yeah, our mind, it's a interesting character upstairs sometimes, but yeah, you're spot on, Clive. Like, you've just got to try and stay in your own lane. You're just trying to, you know, you don't necessarily have to get the shot, but you just want to really set it up as a lead. You know, give your skip some options, have some bowls in the head, maybe one bowl always pass. That's our strategy, I guess, in 3-bowl pairs, 2 on the jack, 1 behind. And then up to the skips to do their thing.
Ellen's bowl just falling
Good
in there,
elves.
just to be
As far
a
as
little
you
bit
can
closer.
now. Keep coming. That's a great shot there. Very good.
Look at
Great
that
set.
angle. Just perfectly
Still
positioned.
the same, drawing up to it. You can work off your own. If you get back to that, that's good.
That's where the jack looks like it could go with any sort of arriving on it from the Tayla Bruce bowl.
Yeah, it's Jessie can hear herself. I was just going to say it's so great. She's so clear and direct with directions, and I think as a lead you really want that. So you know there's no question about what you're trying to play. Great effort, and finishing in a good home, which is important as well.
Yeah, I reckon get the
But
tee.
yeah, very confident in her calls, which then gives you confidence.
Oh, yeah, go here. Yep.
There's a call from Chrissy. Wants the tee.
Very tightly located
Drop in
head
now.
so far. She'll
Wait.
park one down back for insurance if it
Very
stays up.
good. Yep.
And it will.
Well done. Great shots. Well done.
A walk down, one up, Ellen and Kristina.
No. You could play down there. Roll on to me.
Kristina and Jessie to skip here on the fourth end. Able to convert the shot in the last two ends here, Jessie Cottell.
Just going to hang on, just going to drop under, I think. Looking to push their own bowl up onto it. That's just because that jack movement angle isn't great.
Yeah, she's probably got that one in a good home though now. She could potentially play something a little bit different.
Yep.
We did just say, look, a spectacular shot. One of my most favourites I've ever seen, actually, this angle. Just gives you a really great perspective. The distance these players are covering just to, you know, change a bowl by a couple of inches. Really great position there by Chrissy.
I'm making my list, so Barry needs a peach-coloured shirt. Lindsay wants a drone.
Mine's a little bit more expensive request, so.
They might be able to give it more weight, so at least it's getting
I wouldn't mind a peach shirt as well if you're giving
around
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
Am I
looking for
staying on
weight,
or?
weight to me.
Okay.
Peach shirts getting the job done at the moment.
Yeah, so a little bit more weight Taylor's called from with Jessie.
Certainly got weight to you.
Overplayed the weight a
Not
bit.
far off the contact, though. Just on the outside.
We see Jessie's mum and dad and her beautiful boy Phoenix watching on. So excited to watch his mum in action. Absolutely gorgeous little Phoenix. And yeah, Jessie's mum and dad, they're huge supporters of her, always have been, always rinkside. Kerry Cottell, her mum, doing a great job as a secretary or media, I think, with a Gold Coast Ladies District at the moment.
Excellent.
Giving back to the sport.
There we go.
Got a little mini Jessie, I think, little Phoenix. Thrilled to be at the bowls, I'm sure.
Enjoying a little snack as well.
Well, I think we spoke about that yesterday with Kelsey's kids, but when the kids come to bowls, I'm not sure they're thrilled about the bowls, but they love the snacks. They love playing with other kids around the joint and having a bit of fun.
We're just looking actually just to arrive onto it, 2 rolls.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Just be here.
Yeah.
Right, so we heard there, so just backing off the weight slightly. Interesting, because it's 3 bowls Jessie's played and going to be 3 different weights, but probably can't afford her own bowl to go out at this point in time, so.
Especially considering Chrissy still has one to play here.
Can she do it again here in this fourth end? Great vision of this draw from Jessie.
Looks out on a wide line, you just heard her say that. just out on the whitish line, just a couple of bowls wide of where she wanted to be.
Kristina will play with house money.
Yeah, no hesitation, heading straight back down, and has the chance just to get a little bit of a nudge of that jack and make 3. It'll be nothing more than a draw shot to take the movement of jack as a bonus.
Hunting the jack. Backhand, Kristina Krstic.
Someone's already clapped it. I think it's just going to come up short, but not far away. Perfect line.
Well done. 3 good shots.
So just the one from the end. They'll double up their lead. 5-3. Ellen and Kristina. 2 ends apiece, won by both sides.
Yeah, it definitely was another end where Chrissy and Ellen definitely had, I guess, the head in their favour. They had 3 or 4 in the head versus 1 from Jessie and Tayla, but only scoring 1, which is, I suppose, makes it a little bit less painful for the girls in blue. Going back to the longer length ends that we saw in first end of the match.
He's got Carl Healy with him now.
I call him. He's just come off another Australian Open Fours title last night. So, Carl, how does that make you feel, mate? Another Australian Open title in the bag?
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, and I'm wrapped for the 3 guys I played with. They really put in the hard yards throughout the rounds.
And one of your definite strengths in terms of what you've been able to achieve in the sport is your weighted shots. You've got a great drive on you. We saw Jessie second end there, bang, from 3 down to 2 up. Is that something we'll see a bit more of Jessie throughout this match, and something you've worked with her over the little journey you've been together?
Well, it's one of Jessie's strengths. She has a really good drive on her, and as we know, the game's constantly evolving, and I think it's very important to have that weapon in your back pocket. I hope we see more of it in the way of being a sort of a successful shot to play in the right moments. So I think the girls, it's probably a slowish start, but I really think this game's going to turn around really quick.
And you're an official coach today in that role, but what about when you're away from the greens, you're at home having dinner or whatever? Is it sort of that bounce off each other, work together to help each other's game?
Yeah, we throw ideas each other's way and stuff like that. We don't talk too much about bowls at home, but she assures me I talk in my sleep and talk about you just got to draw the shot while I'm asleep and all that sort of stuff. So I mumble those words. Yeah.
And what about playing with Tayla? They've just sort of joined forces. Do you think it's going to be a potential combination moving forward into the future?
Oh, I hope so. Tayla Bruce, world singles champion on these greens up here in the Gold Coast. So, she's certainly proven herself here and around the world. So, I really hope they do stick together because it'd be great for both their futures.
Before I let you go, how does it work with you and Jessie? Do you wait for she reaches out to you? If you see something, you might just put your hand up. How does it work?
Well, I'll probably look if she looks at me, and I think there's something I can either assist with or help her with. I'll sort of give her a little wave, but I usually know when she's walking straight at me, or she, or I'm in trouble, really.
Well, you're coaching against some Jackaroos teammates in Alan and Kristina. You teammates in Birmingham together. How does that make you sort of feel? Do you just sort of put that aside for the next 18 ends?
Yeah, well, we're all part of the Jackaroos family, and there's certainly a mutual respect there. Ellen Fife, a Cabramatta bull ant, a fellow Cabramatta bull ant. So no, we all respect each other and respect the game, and there's certainly this is the heat of the battle. So I want Jessie and Tayla to win, but at the end of the day, they're just 4 really great humans out in the green.
Well, Carl, thanks for your time. Well done to everything you're doing in the game of bowls, and good luck to Jessie for the rest of the match.
Thanks, Baz. Appreciate it.
Carl Healy there, and eats, breathes and sleeps bowls, turns out.
He's all over this match in a lot of ways, because Perth Suns teammate as well of Kristina at the last BPL. So, yes, and a great player in his own right, that is for sure.
Come on, little Keiko.
tell you what, this isn't far away.
Just needs to sit in on that back one.
And
down.
Will. Will did it. It just rolled too far, I think.
One, Taylor's still indicating one, the front bowl of her own.
I thought it was catching a piece of that bowl, but it's actually managed to complete it. Well, maybe it just nudged it, but not enough to topple it over.
Yeah, Carly, he's a student of the game. He loves it. You know, saying he talks about it in his sleep. It's hilarious, knowing him well. But it's just great to see, and you know, love that our sport can. You know, they've got a relationship. They can talk about bowls. They can compete together. They can go home and just do something completely different. And, yeah, he's a great person to be on your side.
There's still one.
Taylor just saying Chrissy's bowl fell in, but they've still got the shot.
Still the one.
Is it one to us or?
One down.
Oh, one down.
Kristina cut one out on the previous bowl.
It'll be a case of rinse and repeat, basically, for Chrissy. She'll be playing exactly the same bowl here.
Yeah, she's got her own to sit on now as well if she happened to duck away again at the finish.
Yeah, a little nudge of the jack.
Again, buddy.
Single clap from Ellen, which is a good sign.
Oh, hold on, please.
Feels like it needs to hang on, and that's exactly what Chrissy's asked it to do. Just going to drop under. The weight was sublime again. Look at that.
Cut it a little bit.
Pardon?
Just drop a touch.
No, I think you're good. Okay.
I like that. Jessie with a bit of a smile on her face, just drop a touch, because she did crash in a little bit off the outside.
Did. I'm not sure if Taylor remembers that's how it got there, but probably going with a metre or so at too much weight. Doesn't really want to get her own bowl onto the jack at all.
Well, she certainly dropped a touch. It's a little too much in this case.
I think she knew it within herself, and then has made too much of the correction. But it's not in too bad a home there. It has stopped an aggressive attacking shot.
The first one felt like it was flying.
We're going to have a conversation, Ellen and Chrissy here.
Yeah, I'm just drawing.
Yeah,
Unless you wanted to try land it.
Only thing is if I pop ours out, it's 3. I'll draw it.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision. I was looking at exactly that danger that Kristina was talking about. Taylor's bowl straight up onto the orange bowl would not be a good result for Ellen and Kristina. They're only one down, and there's a clear opportunity to draw the shot that Kristina hasn't been far away from with her previous 2 attempts.
Yeah, and she can be confident in her draw, Chrissy. It hasn't let her down the entire tournament, so really important bowl here. 5-3 up on the scoreboard, 1 down at the present time.
Last opportunity for Kristina. Can she draw for the shot?
Too gentle now. Sorry, Els.
Is it still
Chance to tie things up now.
Yeah, it's essentially the equivalent opportunity on the other hand for Jessie. She'll be just playing that same sort of idea. Draw to those 2 bowls that are just past the jack. Fall over to count. Packed crowd, Linz.
Oh, it's so great to see. I think, you know, the last day of the Australian Open, the crowds are always great because there's not too much else going on. I think we've got maybe the Paris singles final for the men is out there, the under-18s, and then this is the only other rink going on. So front row seat to one of the biggest and best bowls events in the world. One of the best places to play your bowls at on the Gold Coast.
So good.
Jessie's interested. It's in the vicinity.
To run to the jack. That's standing up. Oh, it's probably just fallen out, I think. Great attempt.
So it is just the one. It was a great attempt, not far away at all from Jessie Cottell. And another single. 5-4 the scoreline. Ellen and Kristina holding on to that lead. It is so tight after 5 ends here at Broadbeach Bowls Club in the women's pairs final.
Welcome back to the Broadbeach Bowls Club for continuing action in the 2024 Australian Open Women's Pairs Final. And shared honours, really, for the leads on this, the 6th end of the match. It's a 5-4 lead to Ellen Fife and Kristina Krstic. over Tayla Bruce and Jessie Cottell. Krstic looking to get down all the way to the jack here. Just going to come up short, and that's sort of the... We've sort of got a circle of bowls around the jack on this end at the moment, Linz.
Yeah, haven't quite been... They've all nailed the line, haven't quite got
And it's
away.
only the one still?
Only a couple of feet out the shot bowl.
Really getting in there to have a bit of a look, see if she can work out exactly how many this is.
Could you just give me a foot out there, please, Tayla?
Jessie did play her first bowl down this forehand side of the ring, probably just a metre through. So just needs to make the correction on weight.
Signal from our paddler there was 1 red at the moment, so it's 1 in favour of Ellen and Kristina. That one's not going to find its way through, I don't think, just short of it. Ellen just saying the first bowl of Krstic is probably in a good home at the moment. It's probably a little bit in the eye of Jessie. You don't want to hit that in. So changing the hand and getting to the back black bowl, which is second shot at the moment. Yeah, what that bowl's doing there is it's just making, you know, a good shot of Jessie Cottell could just run into that bowl and actually bring it into the count. That's why they're liking where it is Krstic looking to get right around here.
Sit it!
What a great shot.
Yeah, probably a 3 down now. Jessie going to have a good look at this one as we see Kristic's replay, just setting the black bowl down.
Well, Carl Healy talked about the drive. I just wonder whether we see a crash through the front of this.
Might make me a little more comfortable now that it's already in.
Okay, well, there wasn't a lot of discussion about weight, so maybe still going to be a draw shot. Well, with that indication, it is still going to be a draw shot, knowing now, as you heard her say, that it doesn't really matter if she hits the front button because it's already in the count. Of course, she doesn't want to hit it.
That's true. She's got 1 a metre short, 1 a metre through. Probably needs to bang this one somewhere in the middle of those two.
Jessie Cottell will draw from 3 down.
Have a tap with her back foot. Indicates generally it's a little bit quicker. Yep.
Converted from 3 down once already in this final. Not far away.
Might have cut the back one out, potentially.
Yep. Just got to get to yours. Side one, or all yours once counts.
Not the shot. I think it's 2 it is. So cut 1 out indeed, Linz.
It is interesting, Lindsay. Players have their tells, don't they?
Yes.
One tap can mean something, 2 taps can mean something completely different.
Then you've got the clickers, those that love to like snap their fingers a few times, but that generally means it's quick, like slow. I'm a hand gesture. I don't know, I can't show it because we're not on camera, but using my hands to slow it down if I know it's too fast.
Yep.
Put the flaps down.
Krstic already came up with 1 bowl on this hand last time. She's in the area again.
Lovely angle coming in.
To the close right down now. That will do the job. What a shot.
Nice confidence booster for Krstic there. 3 very good shots in the area.
3 already removed, and they will use the tape to check for a 4th.
Gee, could be a massive end. Already had the first end they had a 4 shot, Kristina and Ellen. And it will be 3 off the back of the measure. Brings them out to a handy lead now. 8 shots plays 4 here in favour of Ellen and Kristina Krstic.
3 of the last 4 ends had gone the way of Tayla and Jessie, so Ellen and Kristina strike back there with another multiple. So it's 3 ends each in the match, but those 2 multiples, the 3 and the 4, making the difference on the scoreboard.
Yeah, very true, Clive. And for those that like to do this at home, breaking it up into thirds, a third of the game is gone now. We're playing 18 ends. So Krstic and Ellen take the first third of the match by a +4. So I know our girls, I think, generally like to have some little mini goals along the way or break games down. 18 ends is such a long journey to look to that far ahead. So
As far as you can.
at first
Keep
advantage
coming.
to
Great
Ellen and
starter,
Kristina.
buddy. Well done.
Great opener there from Ellen.
Follow it down, Tay.
Just listening to Chrissy's last call there, just sounds nice and relaxed out there.
Yeah, I think it was important to end that one. She lost her way a little bit on the last couple, but just being able to draw 3 within that zone again definitely helps with your confidence. Having your teammate put 3 or 4 bowls within that little mat length of the jack also helps in that. It's very hard to be confident and positive and upbeat when your bowls aren't near the jack. So Ellen needing to do her part here.
Do it again, Els. Wherever it ends up. Yeah, really good.
Really nice openers. One on the jack, one
Well
just
done.
passed. Chrissy just indicating she does have that tee for the respot.
Tayla Bruce, the New Zealander. Can she shape this head here? Once a home, down back as well.
Yeah, just looking for that correction and just overdid it a touch.
Yeah, Jessie got Tayla to switch hands in this direction, trying to get her to go with Ellen. We saw her play some really good shots on the forehand the last time we were in this
Very
direction.
close.
So just needing to readjust her weight on this side of the green.
To the jack now. Get down.
Look at the view you've got of that as it cruises in. Beautifully played. Almost an A1 position there, just behind the jack. Just a little bit of a movement from the crowd in the grandstand there. Pretty hard to move around in these grandstands and not make a little bit of a noise.
Yeah, the metal and the you could have the softest shoes in the world, but there is still a bang when you're trying to walk down a step.
Come on, Tay.
Well, it might have been the reset she needed.
Push now.
Just needs to get
Come
up.
on, Tayla.
Hang around.
Great shot, Tayla.
Nice goal there from Tayla.
Absolutely, it's going to. You would expect that'll see Kristina go to the forehand now. It's good to see them still sharing a smile and keeping it light and enjoyable. Yeah, I think Kristina will look down, I think, forehand with her own bowl coming up now and a jack high bowl to play too.
Yeah, she's got 3 chances there, so she can hang wide and sit Taylor's last bowl. She can roll her own in for shot, or she can sneak under and get the bit of the jack to Ellen's back couple of bowls there.
Just talking 2 feet of weight. Would have just got it out too deep to get back. It's going to try, but not quite.
Really just overplayed the speed a little bit, I think, there, but
yeah, I agree.
It did stay up, so never wasted when they're back there. Really important for Jessie to get another one in the area here. Doesn't want to leave herself vulnerable, and Chrissy having two more goes at the same shot.
That's where the 3 bowls really comes into it that you were talking about earlier, Linz.
Good track.
Yeah, you give a decent player 3 goes at the same shot and they're going to get it 9 times out of 10. So yeah, it's important to try and change things up. Jessie has got the tee probably covered, which is an advantage from being a little bit heavier than what she wanted.
So it's fire 2 at this for Kristina. Eased off the weight and just decided to play the draw.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the intent, but probably the second prize from underplaying the weight she was after.
She must have felt that first one was a bit quick. And sometimes you can just overdo it.
How far short is Chrissy?
Taylor just indicating she thinks they've still got 1.
Yeah.
I think you better down here. That blue's on the flat, so if you're drawing up, you might just tip me down, sneak past it.
Well, this is an important bowl from Jessie just to make Kristina have to think about weight, because she's got 3 seconds now and that little bit of weight will become more weight looking for the bowl, I think, if this bowl doesn't change something. Just needs it to run all the way.
Gonna pull up short.
No, does that get in the way a little bit?
It's become another one of those ends where Tayla and Jessie just have the one bowl in there versus 3 or 4 of Ellen and Kristina.
I don't mind you playing that way. Try to get the ball right through. You get mine on the run, good. Yeah.
There you go, so we're back to more weight. It's just that last bowl of Jessie forcing that more weight. So the first task is to be under that bowl of Jessie Cottell.
Get down.
She's done that. What happens?
Oh, she's run through onto the jack to make at least one there.
Textbook from Kristina.
So many chances up there with that right weight.
Yeah, that was the trouble with Jessie not making that second one count or change the angles, as we see. Perfectly weighted, runs on through. Probably a bit unlucky not to get Ellen onto the jack and create more of an advantage, but better than one down at this point in time, and not a lot on here for Jessie.
The measure on the second shot as well.
It's really down to just a landing draw shot now for Jessie.
Yeah, she can't afford to play or overplay this weight. Tayla's bowl very vulnerable.
Not bad.
Look off the mat.
It is not bad.
That's a very game shot with one ball in the head, but good on you for having a go at that, Jessie. I suppose there was no dramas if she was kind of tight with that weight.
And she may have felt her front bowl protected theirs a little bit. And there it is. So it is one shot.
Another great conversion from Jessie Cottell.
Yet another in this women's pairs final for Jessie. Converts for the shot and trims the margin to 3.
Well, Barry and I have discussed some of the head setups. We've talked about back yourself in. It's exactly what Jessie did there.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a time and a place for it, I guess. But, you know, it is still only early days. That was N7. I don't know if I would have played it, but she's out there and I'm here, so like to see it. When it pays off, you're happy with yourself. When it goes pear-shaped, it's like, oh, should I have played that? We move on. Jessie just checking if it's long enough. It's hard to find where the 21-metre mark is out there.
There is a mark on the signage.
Yeah, all good.
Oh, that little black line.
Tape,
yep.
yes.
So traditionally there's a big long white marker on the side of a bowls green that indicates a minimum length that you can play a mat and a jack, which is 21 metres in Australia. However, on the TV rink, there's a tiny little black piece of tape you need to keep your eye out for.
I guess it's something we don't talk about when we are on a full-size bowling green here. It isn't just a one-rinker. It's a full-size bowling green, and the work goes in for these big finals matches to build on the green. And you know, the spectators you see along the sidelines, many of those are sitting on the green. So it's a fantastic setup here.
Yeah, as a player that's had the opportunity to be out there, it's such a great environment. You know, the energy and the crowd on both sides, the support for you and for the opposition. Like, it's such a great place to be, and a great show rink for the bowlers that get to enjoy it.
And the signage all around, it actually creates a real focus for you as a player, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you very rarely can get distracted or look at what else is happening around you. So
Hurry.
It's a great little lane. And Tayla just pulls up a little bit short, but only by a foot in the knock-up zone.
Of course, Aaron Sheriff, the greensman here at Broadbeach. Must leave a bit of work for him post-event.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been rolling this particular green. There is no doubt about it. I saw him earlier in the tournament rolling this one.
You might have some inside knowledge. You think he rolled it faster or slower today? You don't know. Aaron and the team here at Broadbeach, the greenkeeping team, do an exceptional job. Alan and Les, Bear Lenham, and Aaron Sheriff, they provide probably the bet. If I could package up a green and take it with me everywhere, I reckon it'd be this green 4 here at Broadbeach. It's just immaculate. There's no quirks go on. It's beautiful pace. As we see Tayla just roll hers over probably for shot.
We did mention it was in the knockout zone, and that's exactly what happened.
Jack's great.
Yeah, as a bowler, you just want to go out there knowing that you can play your game and not have to worry too much about, you know, is it going to hang? Is it going to hit a bump? Is it, you know, going to hit a patch where it's slower or quicker?
Get past them then. Get past.
Just to get up past. Weight was probably good enough there from Ellen.
I'm going to try. I'll stay there. But
The encouragement's great from Chrissy. She's gone with it's good there.
Although it's, I think that was a bit of a fake it till you make it call. It's jack high, probably, unless you get a fine edge of the jack. But I think more positive could have been it was really good weight. Like Ellen played really good weight there. It was just ducked under the head a little bit.
Always looking for the positives.
Do you reckon Ellen's going, oh, it's not really? Thanks, mate.
I think so. Jessie now. Just needs to run that line. Just going to drop under.
It's good there.
Oh, one in the area. Good there.
She had really good weight as well and can now just adjust the line. There's only 2 things you got to think about in this game, Clive. How hard to send it and how high to send it out.
Isn't it amazing how complicated we make it, given that's the case.
Kristina Krstic now to skip.
Chrissy's probably was on a good line there, just missing a yard of pace.
Gee, that's going to change things up a little bit for Jessie, though. That's landed right in the way. And we see a change of hand for Jessie Cottell.
Hooked into the backhand. Can she find the gap?
Nice right through there, so no change there.
Okay.
Kristina to the backhand side now as well. She has played some good bowls on this side during the match, so she'll be comfortable out there. Ellen's clapping at home. Has she drawn the shot here?
What a shot. That's beautifully played.
Superb from Kristina.
I like that.
All over it.
She has played some great shots down that side. Just having a laugh with Ellen saying she prefers that side. She likes it. So her first bowl did have some advantage and made her change her hands.
Yes.
Barry Lester is down there patrolling the rink. Barry.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I just really impressed the way Alan sold that call to Chrissy. You've played a couple of good ones there, and just that, I guess, the personality, the fact that both players know each other. Chrissy didn't ask Alan about distances. She didn't ask her about, you know, whether she could or couldn't get the shot. It was just a case of both players playing with each other so often. When Alan called that, said, draw one down here, you've already played a couple here, good ones here, it was no hesitation. Sometimes when players are playing together for the first time, they're trying to feel that out. But those days are gone between these two players. They're going to back each other's calls in, and they're going to get on the mat and try and execute the shot. So that chemistry is super important. We've seen it in previous games at Australian Open level and at international level. In the past, when champions have walked away, quite often they know each other's game inside out.
Yeah, that's bang on. That's that trust that Barry's talking about there, and just an inherent trust that means you don't need to question any of it. It's Kristina now with her final attempt at this end. I'm going to excuse this one for being a little bit more careful.
Oh, don't be lazy. Get up.
You try and be careful, but then you're like, should have just given it a little bit more. A really good shot there from Kristina, though. Another confidence booster.
She's always entertaining, Kristina Krstic, and a 1 count for Kristina and Ellen. 9-5 the scoreline here, approaching halfway through this women's pairs final on the Gold Coast. Do not go anywhere. Midway through the 9th end here at Broadbeach in the women's pairs. And just moments ago, Kristina has come up with shot here as they have a 4-shot lead. And Jessie Cottell now on the mat. Liam Ellison, Clive Adams and Lindsay Clark with you in commentary. The other member of our team, Barry, has Trav Moran with him. Barry.
Yeah, thank you. Very excited to catch up with Trav Moran. Seen him grow up since he was a young kid, and now he's a young gorilla, and he's made himself into the under-18 boys singles final. Trav, thanks for joining us, mate. How are you looking forward to the big game today?
Just excited to get a chance to play in the biggest event in all Australia for juniors. So, yeah, just excited overall.
And how's the form been? I've gone back through your last 3 or 4 games. You've had a fair bit of gap on your opposition, but what do you put it down to, mate?
It's kind of about the first 2 bowls of singles, and if you get those good, you usually go pretty good. So first 2 bowls have been pretty good.
And you've been a part of some powerhouse clubs in Tarrant Point and now Warilla. You know, you get to play alongside some of Australia's best players. Has that really helped fast forward your game?
Yeah, it definitely has. Just seeing some of those bowlers play, it's improved my game and how I think about playing bowls. So yeah.
You're a pretty relaxed fella. I know you're probably a bit nervous inside, but when you look over your shoulder here, is this where you want to end up one day, out there on the big stage playing for the big titles?
Definitely. That's the main goal in the end, playing the biggest tournament in Australia and hopefully playing out there eventually.
We're at a New South Wales Victoria rivalry in the next game. Have you played Kobe before?
I played him in a pairs game last year, but never in singles. So it should be a good contest. See how it goes.
Kobe Cromie versus Travis Moran, New South Wales versus Vic. Big title up for grabs. This is the future here, ladies and gentlemen. All the best, Trav.
Thank you, Baz.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you to Trav for his time there with Barry.
2 years ago, it was Jack McShane and Joey Clark that you would have been talking to there. Getting ready for an under-18s final. And they put on a show yesterday, didn't they? So it just shows you the pathway is there.
Yeah, it is fantastic that the Australian Open has so many different elements to it, from under 18s at that young age all the way through to the over 60s having their own disciplines, and very heavily populated in the over 60s. So many teams enter that event. We've got our multi-disability championships as well, our vision impaired, and our open events as well.
Chris is looking to get down and count here. Not quite going to get back. He tried. Didn't quite make it back down. Still 1.
It's quite remarkable how quickly it can come together for some of these younger bowlers. I mean, who could forget Ellen Fife as well, winning her first singles Australian Open title at just 18.
Yeah, look, I think, you know, we feel like they're young and they've just sort of emerged, but they like the 2 young boys, Jack and Joey, they've been in the Bowls Australia pathway system. Same with Ellen, they've been embraced in a high performance environment where they can learn, you know, the different elements of the game, like how to perform under pressure, different mindsets you need, all that kind of stuff. So let's just listen in here. The coach Carl's on duty.
Sink the bowl of Ellen's as well. Do you have 4th? Is yours 4th, Tayla? Yeah. So if she's got 4th, you know, the weight you're playing is just to clear the blue. You're not going to get yours, right? You could chip the shot bowl off clean.
So not big then?
Not big, just enough. That's 4th. Yeah. I still think it's worth playing. I think the weight, the quickest weight you can see to get around that blue, get the shot bowl out and get the jack in.
It'll be easier than this fiddly perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really good access to hearing Coach Carl on the mic there.
Yeah, he's talking about protecting their own bowl using the bowls that are in front. So it's all about using the right weight. There'll be plenty of people that would use big weight, get their own bowl and go, well, that was unlucky. But they've allowed it to happen by playing the wrong weight. Yeah, that was the discussion there.
I think the only danger, I think with the swinging weights you can't clean take out home. The only danger is getting Ellen's bowl onto Tayla's. There is a metre gap between them. However, I've seen funnier things happen, so probably worth a risk at this point.
What I did like is the confidence. I did like the confidence in the way Carl delivered that message.
Yes.
Wade from Jessie wide.
Definitely worth a go at that.
So one more on the board, 10-5 now. Kristina holds on all over the jack there after 9 ends, halfway through this women's pairs final. 18 ends, of course, here in the Australian Open. And Lindsay Clark, I believe you've got a shout out for us.
I do. So there's not only one big sporting event going on today, but there's another one. So these are my two little cherubs. So Kenzie on the left, Harvey there. He's got a first place ribbon on. So his school, he's a little preppy, and they had their first ever athletics carnival today, and he won the 100-metre sprint. It was hilarious. I didn't get to see it. My husband's there tuning in and sending me videos, but he won the 100-metre sprint and the long jump. So
built for speed.
Yeah. Built for speed. Definitely takes after his father, because I cannot run. But yeah, he's a go-getter, Harvey. So, and Kenzie did a good effort. So.
Talk of the school, the 100 metres, the blue ribbon event.
That's right. So
Love to see it.
yeah, really impressed. So good job, Harvey. Mummy's proud of you. You can have a happy meal for dinner tonight.
I'm pretty sure at that age you're just happy if they run in the right direction. But
that is true, Clive. We won't talk about the cross country earlier this year when they did run the wrong way. So, and you didn't even know that. So anyway, so that's all happening. Don't worry about the Australian Open. There's kids' school sports carnivals. Harvey's first ever one.
Cute.
Yeah, very cute.
Putting up a nice buffer here, aren't they, Ellen and Kristina?
They are. I mean, we talked about earlier that there was 3 out of 4 ends had gone the way of Tayla and Jessie, and now it's the other way around. 3 out of 4 ends have gone the way of Ellen and Chrissy. So a 5-shot lead, halfway point of the match. Next 2 ends become crucial.
They've won 3 of the last 4 ends now, Kristina and Ellen.
Settle in now, Tay.
Taylor just dropping underneath. Now, how far is this going to go? Just needs it to pull up.
Yeah, only just under your own.
May have done enough for shot.
A little bit loose considering the standard that the girls have set from the first half of this game.
Track's good.
You definitely pick Ellen to make this correction.
Quicker. To the jack, Els. What a shot.
Perfect.
Well done.
We talk about the skips having 3 goes at a shot, but when you've got a lead like Ellen Fife having 3 goes at drawing to the jack, you're pretty sure she'd get at least 1 there.
You're having to think about that every time you say it, aren't you?
Ellen. She wouldn't mind me calling her Ellen Ryan. I remember when I got married, I said, look, I was Lindsay Armitage for 29 years, so I'll let you call me Lindsay Armitage for 29 more years, and then I become Clark. Sailing through there from Tayla.
Not a bad consolation prize in terms of getting to the tee.
Ellen trailed it through to go 2 up for the skips.
Yeah, and it's sort of hidden away a little bit. You know, she's got on the front of the jack, and then there's the 2 protectors coming in on both hands that just make the draw line a little tricky. That won't worry Kristina because she's holding shot, but for Jessie, she's got to find a way in here.
Backhand for Kristina.
The hand she likes. We heard her say it, and we see another reason why. She's played it very well there. Another one in the zone.
Yeah, Ellen indicating 3. Jessie needing a close bowl with this first one if she can get it. Definitely under the pressure a little bit early on in this end.
She's already turned her back on this one. It was an early turn of the back because she only just dropped under.
Yeah.
Chrissy with a chance to really pile on some pressure here without an easy outshot for Jessie either.
Yeah, big count on this end would spell trouble.
She's played this well, just needs it to pull up to count.
Not far away.
Well, that's 3 or 4. Based on Ellen's comments, we think 4.
turn, isn't she?
She's already indicating that she needs it to turn, and that's what we were talking about a little bit with that bowl out there in the way.
Just around, okay. Around Jessie's.
Well, this is looming as a really important couple of bowls now.
We got 4.
Crucial moment in the match.
All right.
It's kind of and you see it often in bowls that when you get a big score, they don't necessarily always have to be on top of the jack or within like a foot. Like sometimes it's hard to draw within that metre to cut down, especially when you've got bowls in the way.
Sometimes when there's a clump of bowls, you can just use the outshot and hit it, and at least you get a couple and cut it back to 2.
Yeah, really difficult shot coming up for Jessie.
Chrissy's going nowhere near this. She's going to go around the back here. They've already got 4. There's gaps. She just wants to leave those gaps.
Just around. Round.
It'll get rounds.
Took some urging, but it got there.
Yes.
Yeah, great place there.
Riding on this.
The draw is just pretty yuck. Just L's in the way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It doesn't look so bad, but just she looks really nice. Just beat mine.
Jessie's not overly confident on the draw shot. Just looking at her body language and listening to the conversation.
I tried, but I just don't know how my weight was, so I hit L's in.
Taylor's trying to talk her into this draw shot.
Chrissy out there, she's in, isn't she? The front one.
That one is there, but it's counting anyway if you'd rather get a,
Yeah, it's in the 4, so.
Deliberating. Tayla and Jessie, 4 down. Can they draw for the shot? It's going to be tricky.
She's indecisive. It looks like she's lining up for a backhand draw, so.
And she's based that on the fact that if she hits Chrissy, she doesn't make it any worse, but
probably doesn't make it any better either.
No, it doesn't. That's the problem.
It's quick.
Needs to get all the way down now. This is not bad. Caught the edge of that bowl of Chrissy's and
definitely taken a bit of pain out.
It might just be the one.
That is a great effort. Definitely cut out 3.
God, I could barely get my pants down.
And it is just the one. Took the deflection and a great effort. 11 shots to 5.
Yeah, big save there from Jessie. Was probably slightly overplayed and got a good result, but at least gave her bowl a chance and was in the area.
A 1 down. Oh, 2. That's okay.
6-shot margin with 8 ends to play in the pairs final.
Is it 1?
All right, it's Jessie really needing Tayla to be able to get her off to a good start here. I feel like Ellen's had the better of the lead battle so far in this match. Chrissy just returning from a visit to the bathroom. You could just hear her just working out, did she get the shot or did she not get the shot? But she'll be happy to know she held on to the one. Ellen just starting off with a draw shot, just a metre past the jack with wonderful line. Taylor's right of reply.
Start. Meter.
Well, it was a big save, wasn't it? I mean, a 3 or 4 shot gain there for Ellen and Chrissy. Look, it wouldn't have been game over, but it would have put a very big gap in it.
Better here, Els. Come on, drop in. Let go, quicker, get down. Yeah, well done.
Good correction there from Ellen.
You're only that, but just beat your last. Get to Els.
Something what they train on that skill very much is drawing one past the jack and being able to take a metre off.
Yeah, the metre correction, well, as we know, a metre in bowls is anywhere between 2 feet and 4 feet.
Yeah, that is true, actually.
So
Just a metre.
Yeah. But yeah, that metre on, metre off is something that the players do a lot of work on, absolutely.
And again.
The old snake drill, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A leapfrog or snake drill, whatever your terminology is for that. So another one on the head here for Ellen would be almost perfect leading. 2 on the jack and 1 just behind.
Settle. Great shots, LZ. Landing either one of those.
Confident off the mat, Ellen, and that's the second shot. Pressure beginning to mount for this duo.
Tayla going to get all the way back here. And one of the bowls through the gap.
Yeah, just overplaying it. I don't know if has the green freed up slightly or just lost her weight a little bit these last couple of ends, Tayla. Really mounting the pressure on top of Jessie, having to not only try and draw a shot but cut them down and make some conversions. But that's why the skips are paid the big bucks, Clive. That's why I was just a little leader. Leave the pressure shots to the big buck players.
Right, see if Kristina can just close this up a little bit. More opportunities there for Jessie. Kristina would love nothing more than just to arrive down on the front of this jack.
Evelyn. Yeah, good start, mate. Well done.
Well, it's another one in the count.
Jessie just needs to get back into a drawing rhythm. She's a great singles player, so just needs to try and get the scoreboard out of her mind, perhaps, and not get too stressed about the position of the bowls or where her lead bowls are. Just try and draw to the jack.
Come on, Bess. Right down. Well done.
Lovely shot.
Nicely
Jessie.
done there. Appreciation from the crowd watching on. I think they're wanting a cliffhanger, so they're willing the blue team to get it a bit closer. Saw both games yesterday come right down to the wire.
Kristina are playing something similar here, just to look to land on that last bowl. Tell you what.
Hurry.
What a shot.
Superb.
Lovely weight. I feel like that's been the difference in this match so far. Ellen and Chrissy just seem to be grouping and finding consistent weight. Tayla and Jessie kind of searching a little bit. As we know, that can turn very quickly in the game of bowls. Still with 8 ends to go.
Side of bend.
Not going to get down.
Look at mate.
Up to you, buddy. I wouldn't change your shot.
Ellen just indicating Chrissy does have the shot with her last bowl. I'll repeat the dose. You can probably afford to play a little bit more weight as well if she chooses. Pop the white bowl out or drag the jack for a couple as well.
It's coming from a very similar place. It just has that little bit extra on it. It's stopping it from getting back, that's all.
Yeah, Ellen just yelling out another one in there, just getting the mind a little bit of the blue team. Jessie doesn't need too much movement on this jack.
You do find that at times, don't you, that the
Touch it.
get the players here.
Back, make 2.
Sometimes the things that are said on the green are said for the opposition, not so much for your own team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think especially in that case, for example, another one there. That's great. Chrissy's got no more left, so yeah. That was definitely probably more pointed towards the opposition. But yeah, just exerts that, I guess, rink presence and rink confidence. Makes Jessie's shot very weight critical here. Just needs to draw.
Find themselves in this position once more, looking to convert.
She
Jessie Cottell's done it on 3 occasions earlier on.
So again, she's just waving at it to get down very early on there. So Kristina with the big shot, takes another one.
It's 4 ends in a row now of singles for Kristina and Ellen. And a 7-shot lead. Really in control at the moment. Com Games, gold medalists in the pairs.
Yeah, I must say, Linz, when I sense an opposition saying stuff just to get in my head, I'll call them out on it.
What do you say to them, Clive? What would you say to that?
I'll say to them, if you're going to talk to me direct.
So in my head, I'm like, oh, that's good there. Good on you.
Yes, Els. Come on. Well done. Awesome, mate.
Great opener there from Ellen. Barry Lester, your thoughts on the 12th end?
Yeah, thanks, Liam. It's really now a time where this game can really test you mentally. Unfortunately, Tayla hasn't quite found it the last couple of ends, and it's not only up to Jessie to play some big bowls, but to hang in there mentally, to really show to Tayla that she's strong, and with her physical, her presence, her body language, even her voice tone, staying connected with Tayla, maintaining eye contact, physical contact, and knowing that Tayla wants to be on the mat, knowing that whether she plays good or bad, that Jessie's mentally up for the challenge as skipper, because that's what comes with the role. Not only will you have to be a good player, but you have to be a really good leader of people, and that's where this game will test you at times, more so mentally. Win the mind game, win that mind battle, and then show to your teammates that you're there with them and you can come out in front, but always keep belief in one another.
It's a real feature of the pairs format.
Yeah, Barry, that's the thing that's inherent in Ellen and Kristina having had so much more experience playing together, isn't it?
Yeah, spot on, and it's definitely something you unfortunately see in sport and in bowls. When maybe someone's not performing, you can detach from one another, maybe avoid eye contact or physical contact, but it's one thing I'm loving with Jessie. Before she went down and played that last bowl, she engaged with Tayla, she took her time, and then she went back and tried to play her best shot she could for her team. And it might work out that it might switch that role in terms of performance. Maybe Tayla might come back on and Jessie might go back off, but ultimately you've got to be there for one another when the times get tough, and you've really just got to stick your chest out and show to not only your teammates but to the crowd and everyone that you're really up for the challenge.
Tayla.
Yeah, just a minor correction needed here, really almost no correction. She can afford to just land on her own bowl or get a little nudge of the jack. She's close.
Great shot.
Online. That's what they need. Get the confidence building.
Yeah, I think Ellen left her a chance there. It's not often she drops 3 kind of short of the jack, so could this be the turning point, Clive? N12, pressure's now on Chrissy.
Yep, changes over the 3 down, and really with no room behind the jack to draw the shot, so first bowl's going to be crucial here for Kristina. Just needs to beat those other 2. Doesn't need to get shot with this, but needs to find second shot.
Jack stayed up. It's parked very close to that ditch.
Yeah, it's a big difference between the jack staying up and not, because Jessie can play this very confidently, knowing if she just nudges the jack into the ditch, she's better off. And knowing that Taylor's bowl right next to it is a toucher as well, so there's no issue with rolling that bowl into the ditch.
Obviously just willing it to come on a bit. This is a very good first bowl from Kristina if she can just run. Good starter.
Either way you see it, mate.
Close for second shot there now.
How far short is Chrissy?
She's a good metre. She's a metre short.
And we're just the one?
And we've just... Yeah, just the one now.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really good actually from Kristina. She's got second shot, which means she can play her second bowl with confidence to potentially sit the shot bowl or get the jack in the ditch herself if it's still there after Jessie's played this one.
Needs to be delicate. It's not going to find its way through.
Sort of 2 feet from counting. Yep.
It's got in the eye slightly of maybe a potential run of the jack, so not all bad with Jessie's first bowl.
This is still an important bowl, Linz, because Kristina needs another bowl around the place, otherwise Jessie's got options. She could search up there for Kristina's last bowl, knowing Taylor's is a toucher, knowing she's got the jack as an option as well.
Hold on, buddy.
She's holding her arm out.
Come on, Chrissy.
Come on, get up.
And she's drawn the shot here. What a great bowl.
Kristina Krstic waited beautifully.
I was going to pick Jessie's, but I had enough weight.
Yeah, she was a little bit tighter, but she played it perfectly. Perfect weight.
Get off me.
Pretty happy with herself. Elsie's pretty happy with her skippy too.
How much am I lost, you reckon?
Metre and a half.
I don't think Jessie needs to try and be too exact here. I think she needs to search up there. She can work off Taylor's bowl, touch that jack into the ditch. I don't think she needs to be overboard in trying to draw the perfect shot. I think she needs to give this options.
Searching for jack contact.
She's around the front.
Gonna find it again.
She's caught a little edge.
It's another one in the area. Probably, yeah, I think you're right there, Clive. She's probably a little bit too cute with a choice of weight. You are playing into that little bit of the shadow as well, so can tend to drop a little bit in pace when you get close to that ditch end.
That jack is really tough to access, isn't it, Matt Head?
Well, again, she's going to be searching up there again, but Kristina's got first dibs here.
Kristina can play this similar kind of bowl now. There's not too much danger with nice weight.
Can she repeat the dose?
Both on there.
She doesn't know if she's there is a call.
Hurry.
They hold the shot.
Looks that to fall out now. Well, that has at least closed down a little bit of the line to the jack.
I wonder if Jessie can see the
Just
orange bowl.
Just a direct hit. It looks like that's on.
Drive incoming, you think, Clive?
Well, there's two options. She can play down to turn her own bowl up, or she can go full bore up the middle. There's been no discussion about that shot, so I'd say she's going to stick with turning her own bowl up.
Yeah, she can work off her own bowl to get to the...
no. She is going full bore up the middle.
Sorry.
Solid weight from Jessie, but didn't like it off the mat. So Kristina, her bowl will hold. And another single on the board. They just keep it churning over through 12 ends now as we turn for home. It's an 8-shot margin. That is 5 straight ends. They've come away with a single. Kristina and Ellen. The women's pairs final is heating up here at Broadbeach Bowls Club. Six ends remain here in the women's pairs final on the Gold Coast. It is a glorious day here, 24 degrees tops. And Ellen Fife has set up this head beautifully. Kristina Krstic and Jessie now over to the skips in the 13th end and a 2 count. Once more for Kristina and Ellen, who have controlled really the last 5, 6, 7 ends of this game.
They have. 6 of the last 7 ends have gone their way. And yeah, look, it's just the next 2 or 3 ends are going to tell them the difference in this match. Jessie and Tayla must score on the next 2 or 3 ends. Jessie looking for bowl or jack here. She's very, very close. Bowl out, but also turned out their own.
Do I get over there?
Yeah, we talk about the last 5 ends, but I think from pretty much from the first end for me, I think Ellen and Kristina have been the most consistent pair. The 5 shots that Jessie and Tayla have scored have all been on Jessie conversions from memory. It's been a while. So I feel like they've dominated this match. And Jessie needing probably something special again here. She's now 4 down.
It's been double the bowls in the head, hasn't it?
Yeah,
That's
felt
the
that way.
it's been.
Definitely, yeah.
Chrissy looking to close right in on this jack. She's telling it to get up.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just needs to get up past. Yep.
Flip over now.
Yeah, he's pretty good for Kristina.
Yeah, Jessie just needing to draw now. She's handful down.
Tell you what, Kristina's a hard taskmaster on herself, because that really wasn't a bad bowl at all.
Yeah, I think in her head she was trying to get back to the black 2 bowls of Taylor's. The second prize is finishing just there, and it has kind of stopped the playing trail of the jack.
With acidity as well.
Well, did land for third shot, I should say, so does cut out 3 shots.
Careful. Yeah.
Barry Hazard in
Straight
Damien
back,
Delgado.
Yeah. I think, what do you reckon?
Damien Delgado has just come away with a huge win. The open disability singles title, mate. You've played a good mate in Minzy, David Mins from Tasmania. How are you feeling to come away from that win?
Feel really great, actually. Probably still hasn't sunk in, really, but I'm over the moon to win my first singles title.
And it's a title you didn't quite get recently. Joshy Thornton getting you there. Was it something you had on your radar to get one back?
Yeah, definitely, and I haven't. Minzy beat me a couple of years ago to make the final when he won it. So yeah, it gave me a bit extra motivation.
Men's fours also, you got deep in the quarterfinals there, playing with some really good team members, with Cody Packer just being on fire. Was that a great experience?
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't going to play the fours, but to get a call up from Cody, I jumped at the chance, and yeah, absolutely loved it.
And it's been a big few years for you. Birmingham Commonwealth Games last year, winning a world title here on the Gold Coast. What's next for you, Damo? You love your bowls, you're very passionate about it. And also, what message have you got for other people out there that may have a disability and want to get involved in bowls?
Yeah, it's been a massive, like 12 months or 24 months. Yeah, just, I don't know. It's such a great sport. You could play the best in the world and you're on 0-0 and you have a chance to win. And it's so much fun out here. All the guys are great. There's always good banter. And yeah, it's just a great sport to be in, and especially in a wheelchair. Everyone's so accommodating for everybody, so it's really great.
And you're part of a huge club down there at Club Tweed. They're renowned for really getting behind their players. You had Jared Robinson down here, CEO of Club Tweed. What's it mean to have the support of them?
Well, that's massive, having your home club looking after me. Yeah, with Turles down there and all Kelvin and all the experience. Yeah, I wouldn't have got here without all their knowledge and expertise and help.
Well, you're one of the nice guys out there. We really do love seeing what you do and how you go about it, Damo. Well done on your big singles match, and all the best with your career moving forward.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, guys.
Congratulations to Damien winning the singles. Rolled across the fortnight in the fours as well, and now Carl Healy, the coach, out here giving some advice once more.
Certainly is. One of the nice guys. I'm not even sure that goes far enough. He is a superstar. He is an absolute gun, is Damien Delgado.
He is. He's a legend. I'm a Tweed Osprey as well, so he's a legend around the club. His wife Jess and 3 beautiful children, always around supporting him. And he can play the game. So he leads up in our Premier League side in our top grade, and so great. They did so wonderfully in the Men's Open fours, and for him to get that Australian Open title, I know was a bit of a goal of his. So good on him.
One note as well. He talked about David Mins, and he beat David Mins. I covered that match between David Mins and Frank Krislovich a couple of years ago. Still stands as the best game of bowls I've ever covered. It was an unbelievable display by both of those. So if Damien's got the chockies over David, he must have played very, very well to do it.
Very much so. And what a great sport we have, where it really is a sport for everybody.
Jessie Cottell, Jack is open for a draw. From 2 down, they need this.
There's a lot of discussion about this one because of them only having 1 bowl in the head here. So, needing to win the end, but not being able to overdo it. Is this going to get all the way?
Well, it's very close.
Bowl short, I think, is it?
Oh, I'm favouring it.
Are you?
It is close.
Oh.
Taylor inspecting. A lot riding on this measure.
The marker's got 2 red paddles just hanging around, but maybe she's had that ready from before. I'm not too sure. We'll have a good look at it here as Taylor measures.
cut out one we know.
Almost perfect.
Wow. Oh, has it?
Still 2.
Even split between the 3, and it'll be 2 that they take away, and now they are on the brink. Kristina Krstic and Ellen Fife.
It is a game of millimetres. Half a bowl further would have been enough.
Yeah, big measure there in terms of the context of this match. To go from 13-6 potentially to 15-5 behind. 5 ends to go. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. I think they just need to win an end. Get together, have a little talk about things, slow down the momentum, change the length. I think they need to go extreme, whether it's a mat up minimum or full length T to T. Just feels like it's getting away from them at this point in the match.
Well, it's pretty much every end from here they need to win. I mean, 10 shots, 5 ends. Once that gets out to that 2 per end is a difficult ask. The sort of 1.5 is when the 1.5 an end required is when the alarm bells ring, and the 2 per end is a tough ask.
Yeah, look, this is the end to do it, I think. Ellen's a rare miss with her first bowl there, a metre shy. Given Tayla a little bit of a sniff. I think mini goal for Tayla and Jessie. If they can get to 10, get within 5 of the girls and see how they go the last couple of ends, make something happen.
Clear run for Tayla.
Start.
Well, that'll do for a solid start. Ellen with a chance to find a metre would do it, just over a metre to get right to the jack.
Els, drop in now. Drop in, buddy. Come on. Well done, Els. 1 to you, mate. Well done.
Good home for Ellen. How's the track this time for Tayla Bruce?
Settle.
Dropping pace onto the back one.
Shot.
It's a little bit fast, but in a good home.
Also, throughout the tournament, only 4 teams have been able to get to double figures against Ellen and Kristina, and 14's the highest score against them. It's been a massive performance.
Come on, Els.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like Lara's singles campaign.
2 great shots.
Ellen likes it here.
Brilliant.
There's the leader.
Just a dominant display through the event, I think. We did see Lara play an exceptional game against Kelsey Cottell in the final yesterday and went through all the other rounds. I don't think anyone got past 12 or so.
There was just one moment for Ellen and Kristina. It was in the second knockout round where they had to come up. They had to come up with a get out of jail, and they did it.
They did, yeah. So
Tayla.
great shot there from Tayla. Needed that one. Yeah, that round I was ringside for that, and they were game down. Chrissy had 1 bowl left, and she had to sit a bowl out to get the shot. She got a slight feather off the front to get it, but in saying that, she was completely in the area, give herself every chance, and they're the kind of games when you sneak through one like that, you're like, right, let's make it work now, and they've gone on to be here in the grand final, putting on a fantastic performance.
It's been all the way of Ellen and Kristina. They've won the last 6 ends in a row.
Yep, there's the 5 there of the last ends, all ones except for
salmon.
that 2.
A lot of salmon there, Clive.
It's
salmon or peach, Linz?
We'll check with a resident fashion guru, Barry.
Kristina looks interested here.
Not quite going to have the journey for shot. Another one in the area.
Yeah, another one in roundabout.
It's a draw either way. You pick it.
I feel like they need a multiple here, Tayla and Jessie.
You just need to get a little bit of scoreboard pressure on.
Yeah, you never. It's a funny thing, scoreboard pressure. You know, the girls are out in front, but you drop a couple of ends, they get within a few shots. Do you start playing defensive? Do you still continue what works for you and play some aggressive shots? So yeah, just need to ask the question, Tayla and Jessie.
Not far away.
Well done.
It's very well played. Great shot.
Exactly what's needed. Kristina now back to her favourite hand.
Really well protected shot bowl as well, with those 2 front bowls standing as guards.
I that on your lap.
I think because if I can sit, Taylor's here, can't I?
Kristina wants to play the backhand.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
In her defence, she's played some cracking shots down that backhand side on the draw, so she can be confident.
Could have translated exactly what she said about setting that bowl to, I want to play the backhand.
She does like a little bit of is it affirmation or you know, reassurance, yep. I guess, just to be like, yep, you play that, mate, and you get it. Great track, just overplayed it a little bit.
That's all.
Sorry, I was trying to draw.
She was was trying to draw the shot, but had the right line for the draw, just overplayed the speed. All right, another repeat from Jessie. She's wanting it to slow.
Going to add to this count. They need to go at 2 shots an end to tie it up. Overrun it.
And 2 shots an end doesn't sound ridiculous, but it only takes you to drop one end and suddenly that blows out, you know, and when you're playing the best in the business, 2 shots an end isn't easy. I mean, they've scored 1-2 for the match so far, and that was way back on the second end.
Yeah, that's right, Clive. I think, 2 shots an end and making sure the other team doesn't score at all. It is a tough ask, especially against 2 of the best in the world, so needs to start here.
She's quite got out to the line there, that's all it is.
They really need an end to blow out to a 4 count or something of that ilk.
Yeah, well,
reel it back.
Here's a chance. I mean, last bowl, chance to add another, put 3 on the board at least. Jessie knows the line, even though she was a little bit quick with her previous attempt. The line was right. That was a double foot tap, Linz. What does that mean?
Double foot tap. There's no hand slow. Oh, yeah, there is a hand slow. I think it's a little bit quick.
Just heavy.
Just heavy indeed. So 2 it is.
Next one.
Certainly helps.
It's the first 2 they need. I feel like it's a time to have a team talk.
Just the second 2 of the pairs final so far. Jessie and Tayla.
Called that well.
Yeah.
I think Carl agreed and said, go and have a chat to her. Yep.
We need to listen in. Long or we go back and short? Okay, do that. Yep.
Just a quick team chat.
Yeah.
So definitely going to play the extremes, Jessie said. So either we go really long or map back and really short. So Jessie will stand just past the 21-metre mark. She's got about a metre.
I am past the mark, so.
Drop that jack anywhere a metre short of Jessie's toe, and it will be a regulation length.
Oh, this is needing to pull up a little.
Not exactly where they wanted it, but it's different.
It's more a medium length than a shorter length, but that's okay. Just needs to nail it with the first bowl now.
As a leader, when you accidentally roll the jack where the skip didn't want it, you really need to make sure your bowl is wherever that jack is.
The jacks roll a mile on these pristine surfaces
They do.
as well.
Yeah, in Taylor's defence, yeah, they do. So put this bowl on it and the skip will be quite happy. That's what she needed to do.
It is something I notice when I come over here is how far those jacks roll, particularly in the middle of the day when the greens are running superbly quick.
Is it different
the
in
jack
WA?
It just seems
Pointed well, Els.
It just seems to roll further.
To Taylor's. Hold on now. Hold. Yeah.
Good response.
It's all I've ever known, so I don't know any different.
I've talked about it before that, you know, Aaron Sheriff's gone through times where he's rolled the jack with his left hand because he doesn't feel like it quite has the same feel to the bowl.
roundabout. Jessie's happy with that one.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, little trail, you're just behind. Good again.
Doing nicely.
Behind it, Els. This is a super
Well,
shot
land on
here.
this medium length for Ellen.
Perfect.
Beautifully played.
Well done. Great set, buddy. Need you to try and play it for me, Tayla. Yeah, touch on the jack. You get back to that is really good.
You see what we get at here. You know, if Ellen and Kristina score one here, suddenly it's 3 and N required for the opposition just to get it to an extra end. So that's how it can easily just blow out and become very difficult quickly.
Yeah, when you're trying to
Any
make
movement of
threes.
Jack? Not quite.
That's good though. Good second prize.
Yeah,
Gives,
anything inside of
Jessie
this
the
one.
advantage
Same
just
thing.
behind the jack now. I think when you start to chase those threes as well, that's when you can really kind of. I mean, the game can get away even further. So you're trying to make something out of
Good
nothing
again.
at times. It's a different game altogether.
Settle in. Drop in, Els. Drop in. Well done. 3 cracker shots.
Yeah, Ellen 5. She's just been relentless in that lead position throughout this entire game from end 1. Hasn't really eased off. Mounts of pressure on Jessie Cottell.
Chrissy's showing her appreciation as they changed over. Again, just that confident air about them.
Four ends remaining in this final. Jessie and Tayla trying to get on the comeback trail.
You want me where your foot is, or?
Ellen just asking for a positional bowl at this point in time. They know the situation in terms of score and what's required, so just trying to minimise the areas where they can drop a count. Dropping 1 isn't too bad.
And again, there was no real discussion. Kristina just confirmed what Ellen wanted. Didn't question it. No.
Yeah, and I think it also helps that Ellen has skipped. So Chrissy's more than happy to listen to her boss, you know, like even though Krissy's a boss on this occasion. So Elsie is, even in their friendship, probably the more outspoken one maybe, or I don't know what the right word is, and Krissy's more of the like go with the flow type. Oh, she's stiff to get through the gap there. So that's just the dynamic of them two working together.
Am I better to try and get to Taylor's back one? Just drawing to it.
Yeah, draw to it, mate, if you...
Yeah, if I drop shot. Yeah.
Unsure about it.
Certainly in the zone. How much runs it got now?
Elsie, yeah, probably wasn't the plan, but it's ended up okay.
So the talk from Jessie was there just to drop a little bit of weight. So she's looking to turn that jack around the corner. Tough shot.
Really hard shot. The only other shot she had is maybe a metre or 2 of weight to her own weight, which is probably even harder. So just needs to be in the area here and hope she can get some kind of movement on that jack. Potentially sit on the blue bowl for 1. Tricky. Wanting it to turn. No movement from Tayla at the head.
They can almost put it out of reach.
I feel like if I'm Ellen and Chrissy here, I'm tempted to throw another one around the back.
Get what? No more bowls though. So you just like drawing off, or Jessie's played all 3 of hers. Yeah, yeah. So I think that, yeah, Chrissy just talking, does she want to play it? Will she be a little bit more tentative? She doesn't want to give the shot away. Be pretty stiff to give it away. She sticks on the forehand. Last bowl of the end coming down. Tentative.
Chicken.
Or chicken, as you say.
Great shot, buddy.
Doesn't add to the count, but another one on the board. 16 plays 7 through 15 ends, just 3 remaining, and they are on the brink here. Ellen Fife and Kristina Krstic in the women's pairs final at the Australian Open on the Gold Coast. Stick around. 3 ends remain. Here on the Gold Coast, Ellen Fife and Kristina Krstic cruising at the moment in the 16th end. 16 shots to 7, approaching the pointy end of the women's pairs final on beautiful Gold Coast here. What a day it is. Liam Ellison, Clive Adams and Lindsay Clark with you in commentary.
What a view, hey? Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. Jessie Cottell now on the mat, skipping.
That sort of weather's the weather we've seen all week here. It's been stunning.
It's the one thing we can't control with this event is Mother Nature, but she's been kind to us this time round. And what a great, showpiece. I mean, the Australian Open is the biggest and best event in the world, but to be able to have this kind of weather, and just where else would you rather be, I think?
4,000 entrants, is that correct, over the course of 15 different events? Extraordinary.
Just incredible, the growth of the event over the years. Of course, we know it's locked in for another 4 years.
Yeah, it was a fantastic announcement yesterday. Councillor Bob Lacastra out from the Gold Coast City Council to make the announcement, and it's a perfect venue to play a bowls event of this magnitude. There's so many different accommodation options. The bowls clubs are fantastic. The volunteer base that you can get, the different options from restaurants and cafe. Like, it's just, I'm not sure you could go anywhere else and have the same kind of experience. So very lucky that we're very well supported.
Oh, it's definitely very, very well located, very close to surfers. And look at this.
Great shot.
Touches the jack.
Just when needed.
Yes, the dream's still a little bit alive. It is hard work, but they needed to score this end to keep it within reach.
All hidden away, so a draw shot's the only option here.
They've won 7 of the last 8 ends, this pairing.
Great view of Kristina just getting herself right to play this shot. There's an element here of wanting to draw the shot. There's also an element of not setting one up jack high to make it easier for Jessie to add another. So
yeah, one down's probably not too bad. Jessie would love a little touch of this jack here, trying to make a 3, get to within 6 with 2 ends to go would be the key.
Yep, can't afford to be careful with this. Needs to draw it to count.
Can they manufacture a big count to remain in touch? 3 would make things interesting.
Toe tap again. Which indicates slightly quick.
I could have sworn that was less than my last. Sorry, Els.
It is 2.
Seven-shot margin now off the back of that 2 count with 2 ends remaining.
Yeah, the little nudge on the jack from Jessie made that the 2.
Yep.
It's enough that there's a chance there. They'll be looking for 3 or 4 on this end.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing they haven't tried probably is mat up really short. However, it does limit your options if Chrissy and Ellen do manage to get the jack in the ditch. So we're going back to this mat back and short length. really wanting to try and get it as minimum as possible, but I think that Jack's just got a run on it. Going to end up in that medium kind of length area again. 7 shot required in 2 ends.
It's a tough ask.
Considering we haven't seen them probably really looking like scoring more than 3 maybe the entire match.
They've scored 3 twos and 3 singles. That's the makeup of their 9.
It's a really good start, Tayla. Brilliant.
Still a bit of positivity there from Jessie. You got to believe you can. That's probably the first part of the equation when you're looking for a score. Key is no short bowls in this end.
Harry Lester's going to have a chat to our women's singles champion from yesterday, Lara Butler.
To there, Els.
Yeah, Lara, how are you feeling? It's 24 hours ago you were out on this rink playing in the biggest game of your life. How have you felt today waking up knowing you're the Australian Open Women's Singles Champion?
Oh, it's a pretty surreal feeling to have even made it to the final, let alone to win against the world #1. It's absolutely ridiculous. I never would have imagined myself in that position, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when I started 17 years ago. It never crossed my mind that I could achieve that.
And growing up, you look to the big name players. How much admiration do you have for someone like Kelsey?
Oh, I remember watching Kelsey at the Tri-Nations or the Tri-Series back in Perth when I was, I think, 14, 15. She was only 16 or 17, and I just thought it was amazing what she was already doing, and it's definitely an inspiration to be able to have young players like that out there showing us the way.
Is there a feeling like you're doing it for WA? You know, you've got yourself, Kristina out there on the rink now, Cody doing really well. You've had a lot of great players who've gone on to do good things in the sport. Is there a case of that when you come over here, you really want to carry the weight of WA and make them proud?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Like, the support we get from back home is huge, considering, you know, we're so far away. But yeah, it's fantastic to be able to fly the flag and watch them have a lot of success too.
Well, great to catch up, champ, and good luck with everything moving forward, and best wishes. We hope to see you come back and, you know, have a good crack at going back-to-back next year.
Thanks so much.
Thanks to Lara Butler for her time, and great to get the insight. It's what a journey to come away with the singles title at the Australian Open. Congratulations to her.
Yeah, it was an awesome achievement. Be a little bit trickier next year with a little one in tow, but if anyone can do it, I'm sure she can. Very focused, kind of steely competitor.
You're brave to tip against her. Semi-finalist last year and winner this year. You know, she's shown she can do it. And in fact, in all the disciplines this year.
Yeah, look.
But yes, life is going to change massively.
Life will change, yeah, for the better though, I think, Clive. Like, it just gives you another element just to get away from bowls sometimes. You know, I'm sure Kelsey would have loved that she had her 2 girls here yesterday, and when you lose a match and you can go home to two beautiful humans that just love you and don't really care too much about the results on the green. They just want you to make their dinner and give them some cuddles. I'm sure that would have helped ease the pain a bit.
I did notice Kelsey getting some cuddles after.
Yeah, they are wonderful for that, our little people. Anyway, back to the match here. Ellen Fife just has not been, she's very rarely been this far from the jack for most of this match. And Jessie Cottell under an incredible amount of pressure from end 1. Taylor's group 3, just a couple of feet past the jack.
Just going to drop under. Looking to just get some movement, move the jack, give her a chance at a trail. Yeah. Ellen's parked right behind the jack there, so there's the trail shot is out of the question at the moment.
Yeah.
Chrissy will be keen not to move that. Of course, this could quickly be the last end of the match.
It's been an incredibly impressive performance by Ellen and Kristina. Just so consistent. You know, when Ellen hasn't been there, Chrissy has done her job. You know, if she didn't get the shot, she was backing up and getting second shot. So a wonderful team performance so far in this grand final. Keeping composed though, you're always, you know, you're this far in front, but you always, I know as a player, you're always assuming that they're going to get it. So we're going to have to play this full 80 minutes, as you say. It's looking unlikely. There is a couple there, but it's hard to get that jack past Ellen's
just stay
bowl.
there, please.
Nice manners from Kristina there. Just stay there, please.
She is a very well-mannered girl. She's got the lovely Western Australian accent. I like to tell her, very well polished and almost like a little bit English at times.
First one. I was like, don't drop short.
She doesn't have the Aussie twang at all. Always says her words properly.
All right, well, Jessie's got to find a way to get 3 here to keep this match going.
Maybe a metre more. You can get both bowls out.
The right-hand side of the shot.
Yeah. There is a chance you can actually, if you get the jack solid, you can crunch the jack and it can come along out here to yours. You need to make shot here, so that's,
and it's easier than that kind of, putting a bit more might be easier than that perfect weight.
Yeah, you want to be playing it and sticking around.
What kind of weight exactly?
Well, that last weight you played is probably enough to move them, but just to make sure of it, you probably play another metre more than what you just played. Like, you hit a bowl up, so you would have been back to where Kristina is.
So maybe, probably where the slate is standing on the right
that sort of speed.
Yeah. On that. Yeah.
Needs a touch of weight. It's Carl.
So his comment was I need to make shot. I mean, one keeps the match going, but really, it's 2 or 3 needed to really keep the game alive.
Yeah, look, I can't see it, but you never know. Like if you just got to get in the area, try and change something up, get movement on the jack. It might bounce around. You just don't know. You've got to be up and give it a chance. Potentially the last bowl of the match. Jessie Cottell.
Just solid weight. Looking for some movements. Needs it to get down now.
She have one last conversion. And this duo will add another major title to their belt. Kristina Krstic and Ellen Fife, the Australian Open Women's Pairs champions. Really, they controlled this match throughout.
There they are.
They're just so happy. I think Kristina's first ever Australian Open title, Ellen's 4th, I think, and what a combination. What a performance.
Hey, Chrissy's wandered off, but no, she'll be back.
She's a bit emotional, I think, Chrissy. You can tell how much it means to these girls. You know, it's such a tough event just to get to a final, but to taste victory in this one and win that gold medal.
Barry, let's hear from the victors.
Yeah, 3 years on, runners-up, and to come back out here, same green, same combination, different setup in terms of who played where. Was that the winning formula, Elsie?
I think so. Like the year that we actually did get runner-up, Chrissy skipped and I was leading. So, yeah, a bit of a change around from Com Games. It's always good to change things up, and she's a very versatile player. So, yeah, extremely happy to win with my best friend.
Now, I didn't want to ask you about it pre-game, about the whole runner-up thing, but did it actually come up and, you know, did you assess that and look at things you had to do better?
Yeah, I thought, you know, we just kind of focused on the tournament this year, and we'd been playing so well together, doing the right things. We didn't really want to change much. So, yeah, it was just a continuation, and hopefully that we played as good as we did the other few days.
And it's just a sense that everyone's picked up. Lindsay, you mentioned it in the commentary box, Kristina, about your maturity and how you feel a lot more comfortable out on the rink. Does it help you playing with Ellen, or is it something that you really feel now that you're a Jackaroo, you're a gold medalist at Commonwealth Games level, it's your time to really step up and dominate?
Oh, it's definitely who you're playing with. I mean, Els gives me so much confidence. I'm a bit of a worrywart, you know, oh, I might knock that in. She's like, just play it, you know. She gives me that confidence. But I think, yeah, I feel more like I belong, I guess, in our Jackaroo squad. So it's a good feeling.
And Elsie, obviously you're going to be a mum soon, and you know, how are you feeling about that whole experience, walking away with an Australian Open title and motherhood around the corner?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a story to tell little baby Fife. So, yeah, he's been a bit of a help and a hindrance and everything in between this tournament. So, yeah, extremely happy, and I can't wait to be a mum.
And what about the Australian Open? It's been a really happy hunting ground for yourself individually. You've won the singles titles, you won the pairs with Jules, but does it get any better doing this with your best mate?
Yeah, no, definitely, like playing with your best friend and after our Com Games and stuff like that. So, yeah, to come out here on Gold Coast greens in front of, you know, an awesome crowd, yeah, it's a real privilege.
And Kristina, what's next for you? As we've seen here, you've won a big Australian Open title. Is there anything that really stands out for you want to go and get?
Coming up's Golden Nugget coming up. Linny got me last year. I'll be on to you. But yeah, that's probably the next event. I think I just want to soak up this win. I've had 6 runner-ups in the AO, and this is my first AO. Woo! So I'm stoked. And with my best mate and little baby Fife, I'm just so happy.
Well deserved, ladies. Go and celebrate, and we look forward to seeing you out on the green soon.
Thanks, Bear. Thanks. Thanks to everyone at home. Love you so much.
Well deserved indeed, really. They controlled it from the start. And Kristina Krstic to get her first Australian Open title, brilliant.
So great, and able to throw out some threats as well to the commentary box. But what a fantastic performance from both of them.
Yeah, look, I never knew she was 6-time runner-up, but what a performance.
What a performance indeed. 17 shots to 9. They get it done in the women's pairs. Kristina Krstic and Ellen Fife do not go anywhere. Men's singles coming up after this. Welcome back to the Gold Coast here as Australian Open final day kicks on, and we've just had the women's pairs final wrap up. Kristina Krstic and Ellen Fife got the job done, really. They put the pressure on from the very first end. It only took 17. It was a dominant display from them and very, very well-deserved victory. And Kristina Krstic, what a moment. Her first Australian Open title after 6-time runners-up. Just well earned, wasn't it, Lindsay?
Yeah, it definitely was, Liam. I actually didn't know it was 6 times. I thought it was only 3, so that definitely would have been going through her head. But such a dominant performance, almost clinical from both girls. Ellen Fife was in control up front, and yeah, Kristina Krstic just doing her thing at the back end.
They had a 4 count on the very first end, and then from there they just put the pressure on, didn't really relent.
Yeah, they did. Jessie was really under the pump early. Tayla found a bit of a groove towards the tail end of the match, but you can't give 2 girls like Ellen and Kristina that much of a head start and try and work your way back. So the girls got the job done, and they're just so thrilled. Such good teammates and best of friends as well. So what a great victory.
Yet another Australian Open title for Ellen Fife, who really, this event is just, she's just absolutely at home here, isn't she?
Yeah, definitely. And she loves the Broadbeach greens. She loves the conditions here. The crowd definitely helps. Very steady and steely performers. Held it all together till the end. Again, we talk about the emotion after you've had the victory. Great to see a few tears there as well from Kristina.
From Lindsay Clark, who's going to take us through the presentations.
Thanks, Liam. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to stand before you to crown the 2024 Australian Open Women's Pairs and Blue Ribbon Men's Singles Champions. We have just witnessed a fitting conclusion to the world's biggest and richest bowls event here on the sunny Gold Coast. An event of this magnitude would simply not be possible without the generous support of valued partners, so I'd like to sincerely thank Bowls Australia's partners for their support, including Tourism and Events Queensland, Experience Gold Coast, Australian Sports Commission, Australian Institute of Sport, Commonwealth Games Australia, Puma, Right at Home, Audica, Drinkwise, Aero Bowls, MacMax, BCIB, Original Mattress Factory, AVL Wines, and our broadcast partners in SBS Viceland, Fox Sports, KO and Sky Sports New Zealand. Before the presentations occur, I would like to make special mention and acknowledgement of Tourism and Events Queensland and Experience Gold Coast for their integral support of the 2024 Australian Open. We will now crown the final champions of the 2024 Australian Open with our medals, trophies and cheques presented by Bowls Australia President Matt Burgess. Firstly, to our 2024 Australian Women's Pairs silver medalists, please congratulate Tayla Bruce and Jessie Cottell. And now to the winners of the gold medal, Champions Trophy and $8,000 prize cheque. Please congratulate our women's pairs winners, Ellen Fife and Kristina Krstic. I'd like to call upon Ellen or Chrissy to make a short speech.
Thanks, Linny. Firstly, I want to thank Bowls Australia and all the sponsors for, again, hosting such a wonderful event. I know it's both Els and I's favourite event of the year, so totally encourage everyone out there to give it a go next year. Massive thank you as well to all the host clubs, the volunteers, the officials, umpires, and all the staff. Thank you to Henslight, who continue to support both Ellen and I. We love using our XGs on these beautiful Gold Coast greens. Wanted to thank and congratulate our oppositions, both Tayla and Jessie. They're both world-class players, and it was a privilege to play against them. And just want to thank everyone at home who's watching and supporting Els and I. We love you all. We're so grateful to have you all behind us. And a massive thank you to my best friend and teammate. Couldn't be any more special to win my first AO title with my best mate and her little baby in her belly. I hope one day, he can look back and see his godmother Chrissy and mum on stage. So, thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Lindsay, it's been such a pleasure to be back here again for another Australian Open in the books.
It has been, Liam, and another 4 years coming at us from the Gold Coast. So exciting for everyone. Get down here. It's one of the best events that you can come to, the Gold Coast. Where else would you want to be in winter?
It has been a pleasure to have you company throughout the last couple of days here at the Australian Open here on the Gold Coast. Thank you very much for joining us. It has been a pleasure. We'll see you next time.